Yeah, this is Gabriel of Authentic Plus TV. Today we are in the shopping mall, the new Makola shopping mall. And we are here to have a very beautiful discussion. We are going to meet our sister Fauzia and then have a discussion about African fabrics. So follow me as we move to the shop. So you can see there are a lot of displays here, a lot of shops in here. So as you can see, this is Zia Enterprise, shop number 46. And we are going to have a very beautiful discussion here. So come in. This is our sweet sister Fauzia. She's the one we are going to have a discussion with. Here with Albert of Beto Fabrics and Kwame the Traveler. He does a lot of things. And with my sister here, Sister Fauzia. So they are going to take us through the fabrics as we have here. So Sister Fauzia, I want to start with you. When we say African fabric, or for that matter, Ghanaian fabric, what do we mean by that?
Okay, so with African fabrics, there are fabrics that have the symbols of Africa. Like traditional symbols, our Jinyami and other countries, you know, the South Africans, they have some symbols, the Kenyans have some symbols. So there are fabrics that have multi-symbols in it. And then when we talk about Ghanaian fabrics are fabrics that have names. Like I was saying, in the olden days, you couldn't have stand before your mother-in-law and express yourself easily like that. Or before an elderly person and express yourself easily like that. Sometimes the thing is very bothering, but you still can't express it. So immediately they see you wearing a particular fabric with a name, they interpret it themselves. They consume it themselves and then see to whatever that is happening. For instance, a fabric like this, they call it Odisha Onsum. Odisha Onsum. So if, for instance, somebody has married a chief daughter, and the mother-in-law has turned the daughter into a housemaid. Immediately she puts on this. If the mother-in-law knows the meaning of fabric, this fabric, she will change her attitude towards the in-law.
Let me come in here. This is Odisha and Sum.
We Odisha
Onsum. So kindly forgive me. So what it literally means that if
royals,
you are royal, you do not serve.
Exactly.
It's
like slavery.
You can't be a slave or do a house help job. No, you can't do that. So you mean that literally cloth communicates?
Exactly. That's cloth. That is why we call it Ghanaian cloth. They are meant to communicate.
Okay.
It isn't like today that I can easily tell my mother-in-law, Mommy, this thing, I don't like you too. No, you couldn't have. So you will communicate through your fabric you wear.
Okay.
So fabric was like marriage. That is why over here in Ghana, before you get married, there are a list of fabrics you buy. That should be your number one on your marriage items. That will help you, because you cannot. It isn't like today. It isn't like today at all.
So you mean that when you are going to get married, as a lady or of married age, you need to select specific clothes to speak for you in times of need.
Exactly.
But are we doing that?
Well, now it isn't so, because the designs have kept coming and coming and coming, and it has become like it's too common.
Okay.
So yes, so with that, you see, now we have tried to fuse in some designs that don't have names because it is not common. Okay. And like I was saying, it was then. Now you can easily express yourself. Now there are certain rights that you have. Child, women empowerment, whatever, and Ministry of, I mean, there are so many courts. Even now we go to court easily like that. So there are certain things that you can verbally say it easily, or you can sue the person easily now, today. And before, it wasn't like that. You can't just get up and say, I'm taking my sister-in-law to court, or I'm going to express myself easily before my sister-in-law. Your fabric has to talk for you. So now they have fused in with some designs. For instance, a design like this. A design like this, there's an old pattern in it. You can see the white leaves. The white leaves in it is called Aminipankasa. Good beads don't talk.
Okay.
Good beads don't talk. That is Aminipankasa. And then they have fused in the pink and the violet portion. That is a new design all over. So this is a multiple, like it's a mix of classic design and then a latest design. This is giving you two classic. One classic design, which is the Impankasa, and then the modern design, which has
no name.
No, it has no name. So it's like today we want something new, but the old ones still. I mean, people who are going to get married still want the old ones because their parents, their grandmother, their mother says they should buy fabric with a name. So there are people who still buy the ones with the names.
Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, Beto Apparel.
Yeah.
So, what do you have for us?
Yeah, I just want to add up to what Fozia said. You know, some of the fabric are even insulting. I mean, some of the designs behind some of the fabric are insulting. So, in the olden days, or some of the fabric, you can't wear them, or you can't wear some of the designs in it, or the names of the fabrics to certain places. Especially, for instance, if you're going to see your in-laws, and there is a particular fabric that you have that's literally means an insult to your in-law, you cannot wear that. Especially this fabric, the name is called Awarie Entese Enkatie na Yape Mashe.
Okay.
It literally means that marriage is not like a peanut for you to open it and see. Meaning that you cannot tell what will happen in marriage. So you're going to see your in-laws and you put on this, and your in-law happens to be your mother-in-law, or they happens to know the meaning of this. You are just portraying something that the marriage is not good. Or if you put on these fabrics and things.
So like they shouldn't interfere in your marriage.
Yeah, so in the olden days, people know exactly where to wear designs to. Okay. Do you understand? Because it has meaning, and they were buying it, or they were using or wearing them because of the designs and the names behind it. It's not like today that contemporary Ghanaians just wear them because they love the colors, just because it's my favorite color, or because the wedding or the function that I'm attending demand that everybody should put on orange, purple, and in the olden days, they picked the fabrics
by the names.
By the names and the designs.
Let me come here. Can it also happen that sometimes they can even wear stuff that they don't even know the meanings? Yes. Currently, currently, a lot of young people wear or use this African print without knowing the meaning. So because now emphasis is not being placed on it now. Oh, okay.
But in the olden days, there are a lot. You know, you are a Ghanaian, you should understand. There are certain things that was done in the colonial times, or in the 70s, in the 80s and 90s, that now we look upon it. You understand? Because of things start to change. People are religious beliefs and so many influences, factors.
So they don't give importance.
So they don't give influence. But those who knows. Some women come to this shop, or they come to me with prints, and you ask them, "Oh, so mommy, you want me to make this clothes for you, or to make this attire for you? How come this design?" They'll tell you, "Oh, this design was bought for me when I married in the 80s, and my husband bought this. It was part of the fabric that my husband gave to me, or to use to ask for my hand in marriage." And it means that Awaria Yade. That means marriage is sweet.
Okay.
So as my sister was saying, that in the olden days, on before, if you're going to ask a woman hand in marriage, There are fabrics that you are supposed to buy. Those fabrics, African prints that you're supposed to buy, they must have meanings, and good meanings, not an insultive meanings. Meaning that bring joy into the family, that connotes good that bring good news and good stuff. That's
sure,
all. You cannot say, or for instance, this fabric is called
I don't think so.
no, or what there.
Next one. No.
This fabric is called Owachedie Bapumfu. Imagine yourself, meaning every death is inevitable. Like everybody will experience, will taste death. It is not a one man's journey. Assuming you're going to ask a woman hand in marriage, and you present this African print, or you present this print, it doesn't befit the ceremony or the reason. So you don't have to present this to anybody. But now people wear them just because of the design. So that's what I want to say.
All right. So, Madam Fozio, my research reveals that even when you are going into a public space where there's a deba and you have chiefs there, and the paramount chief or the king at the time is wearing a particular cloth, you as a subject, immediately you see that the king or the chief has a particular cloth. You are not supposed to be within their mix. Either you go and change or you leave the ceremony. Is it true?
It's true. It's true. You cannot wear certain. I mean, if I understand you well, like if the chief is wearing almost the same thing that you are wearing, no, you don't do that. You don't do that. We give respect to the chief. So, in fact, the chief himself, they themselves, they know that. So they don't go in for the one that is in town.
Okay.
They mostly go. That's why they mostly wear the kente. And the kente, you know, it's made in Ghana here, woven by hand, not machine production. So it doesn't produce 2 designs or 3 designs at the same time. So for instance, if the chief is, this kente is in the market, and this is what everybody is buying, the chief has to put in some symbols to differentiate his from the one in the market.
Okay.
So the chiefs, they normally go in with their own designs. They do some special designs for the chiefs, and they wear it. So it's hardly you go for a better or a ceremony that you meet a fabric that somebody is also wearing the same thing. It hardly happens.
It hardly happens.
It hardly happens. It hardly happens.
So when it happens, what must you do?
When it happens, you have to excuse yourself. In the olden days, you have to excuse yourself. But today, modern Ghana, you won't excuse ourselves.
Why wouldn't you?
I mean, we all have the right to wear something. So they themselves, the chiefs themselves advise themselves to be always wearing new stuff. For instance, the fabric that our president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, won on the day that he was sworn in, the kente he won, it's in the market now. Now it has been named after him. We call it Akufo-Addo.
Oh, okay.
Nana Addo.
Okay.
Exactly. I don't think he will repeat that kente again because it's all over now.
Oh, okay.
So they always have to, put in new stuff in their wardrobe as a leader. That's it. Because when you wear it, somebody also wants to wear it. And you can't, how do you know somebody is wearing it? You are in Accra here, somebody is in Takoradi wearing it. How do you know? So what they do, what our elderly people do, our chiefs, our presidents, our ministers, they do is they hardly repeat such things.
Okay.
That's it.
So, I am also told, or my research revealed to me, that we have different cloth for different occasions. Can you walk us through? Okay.
So with the different clothes, for instance, like this one, the black and white.
Okay.
We use them for funerals.
All right.
And even that there are specific ones that we use for the ones that they died at younger age and some that died at old age. The ones that died at, for instance, something like this. It has a lot of white in it.
Okay.
It has a lot of white in it. also for somebody who died at old age, like
Okay.
70
About-
plus,
Okay.
because there's a lot of white in it. And then something also like this. Something also like this,
Okay.
with a lot of black in it, for somebody who died at
At a younger age. Oh, okay.
But in all that, if the person also died after 70, they can choose to wear this on Saturday and wear that on a Sunday, because you know in Ghana here we do our funerals on Friday, Saturdays,
and
Sundays. Some also do it Fridays, Saturdays. Some also do it Saturdays and Sundays.
Okay.
Depending on your belief and where you church. So, then the ones that died at young age, we use the black,
So very young age is purely black.
purely black, on the day of burial,
Oh,
the
okay.
day that the person is going to be buried. We use the black, and then on the Sunday where we do our church service, thank you service, we do the black and white or that. So it depends.
Depends. Okay.
Depends.
So-
Some even don't do the black. Some do brown. Some like brown. Some like brown. Like some people like the witnesses, the Jehovah Witness people.
Okay.
They don't do black at all.
They don't do black at
They
all.
don't do black at all. So they do things like this.
Any
The
meaning,
brown,
you know?
brown. I hear before they were doing the black, but you know the witness, they wear, they dress traditionally or corporate to church. That's the Jehovah Witness people. So they realized people were buying black, and then when it comes to the day of service, they don't have a good outfit to wear to church service. So why they need buying black, wearing it only on funeral occasions? So why not we do brown or any color that we can wear any
Other
other
time.
day?
Oh, okay.
So the witnesses, that is for them.
All right. All right.
That's for them.
All right. Yeah. Berto,
Yeah.
not so long ago, it was proposed
Yeah.
in Ghana here
Yeah.
that on Fridays,
Yeah.
every Ghanaian, worker going to the office at least should wear an African print or Ghanaian print.
Yeah.
Are you following? Is it still happening? Because
it's that I remember our former president, His Excellency President
Kufuor.
J.A. Kufuor.
Sure.
I mean, he introduced that it wasn't a law,
Sure.
but rather it was something that
Proposed.
he promoted because he wanted people to Africans or Ghanaians specifically to wear their own fabric and to promote local businesses and all that. So now, because of what happened, it's increased
sales,
sales
production,
and
employment.
people started coming. Now I can tell you, you meet a lot of people on Friday at their workplace in African clothes than before.
Thank you. So, I want to look at this. Let's come to the business aspect.
Yeah.
What about the patronage? In terms of the wearing of the African fabric,
fabric.
is it still like before when it was being promoted under President Kufuor down to now? Is it still, being promoted?
Oh yeah, it's still, I mean, people are still patronizing, because now African print has become like, before if there's a dinner, you see people going in for this cantaman, for dinner wear and all that. Now it isn't like that. You
Wow.
don't have to get your African
African
print.
wear.
Get a good tailor, good designer like Alberto, and they design it for you. I mean, to fit the occasion. If there are some accessories they have to put on the fabric, they do that, then it befits the program. So now people are really doing African prints for everything. Wedding, there are some brides that are even doing African prints. There are some maid of honor that are doing African prints for wedding, dinner, even the men, they are sewing 3 pieces with fabric, 3 long sleeve shirts, pants. The designers are doing good. Alberto them are really doing good by being very, the arts that they bring out of African fabric will amaze you. They are really trying. They are adding accessories and making it very. And then one thing about African fabric is when you get the fabric, you design it and you don't meet people wearing unless you have worn it, and then people will try to do the same thing and also wear. So you can always put it in your own way, in your own style. You go to designers and they do the finishing for you. All you need have to get the African fabrics.
Wow, wow. So the African fabric is making waves out there. So Beto, I know you deal with the diaspora.
Yeah.
What is the interest out there for those in the diaspora in terms of African fabric?
The interest is very, very encouraging. They really love, because they really love it and they cherish it so much. I see how they cherish it. I mean, I know they have beautiful clothes out there, but they're able to identify themselves when they come here and they get clothes here, because they believe this is authentic and this is actually from their motherland. You know about slavery, you know about all these things. Most of them believe that they were taken to a foreign land, from their homeland to a foreign land. So when they come here, I mean, you believe, when you go to America, I'm sure you'll bring something from America that you come and boast to people that, oh, I went to New York and I brought this mug or this souvenir from New York. So they are very, 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 they become so excited and so happy and so privileged and blessed when they come here and they get anything.
All right, so viewers, now I would want you to contact Beto Apparel. So give your contact so that...
Yeah, I mean, Beto Apparel is an African-inspired fashion brand. We do both men, women, and children clothing. We don't only do African dresses or African wear. We do every type of dress, every type of outfit that you want, from suit, women's suit, men kaftan, shirts, and all that. You can find us in all the social media handles. You can go to Facebook, Beto Apparel, Instagram, Beto_Apparel GH. Then on WhatsApp, it's 0246 666702. I'm always ready and to serve you guys and give you beautiful designs and beautiful outfits.
So the African fabric is so huge. The industry has become so big. It's not going down. There's no going back. It's always moving forward. So why not African fabric? To tell a story, to communicate. Dress to identify yourself wherever you find yourself. As a Ghanaian, as an African. What would be more beautiful than seeing our leaders almost all the time wearing African fabrics to occasions outside Ghana? Even if it's about jacket or coat or suit, as they say, it should be in African print. You understand? So imagine the President Akufo-Addo wearing African print, you know, made with of suit or jacket, top and down, you know, with all their briefcases or bags, everything African. And then all his ministers, and they land at a particular airport, man, they will easily be identified that these guys are really coming from the African soil. And I know you believe and trust that that will be very beautiful. So, Sister Fozia, you know your shop is beautiful, fully packed. So I'm challenging you, when you come down here to shop number 46, Zia Enterprise of the New Makla Shopping Mall, you're going to get every fabric that you need. Give us your contact.
Okay, so my contact is 0244 870 939. And then on the social media is Adipa Fabrics GH. Adipa Fabric GH. And then you can contact our WhatsApp number is 0241 44 2340. WhatsApp number 0241 44 2340. Instagram Adipa_Fabric GH.
All right. Thank you, viewers. We come to the end of the discussion today. So kindly subscribe to Authentic Plus TV and then follow us on all the social media handles. It's still Authentic Class TV. I am your man Jibril. See you in the next video. Thank you.